Karen always found a new hill to die on, and somehow it was usually located in my backyard. Whether it was my pool umbrella being too bright, my floaties being unsightly, or the fact that I dared to host birthday parties without submitting a full event plan to the HOA board, Karen always had something to say. But the moment she came after my niece, that was the final straw. It was a Saturday afternoon. My 17-year-old niece, Maya, was visiting for the summer. Straight A student, varsity swim team captain, lifeguard certified, and possibly the most responsible person I've ever met. She'd been helping me around the house and spending her afternoons lounging poolside or swimming laps. That day I was grilling burgers while Maya practiced laps. Calm, peaceful, nothing rowdy, until Karen appeared like a storm cloud in pastel linen. "She doesn't live here," she said, pointing at Maya. "Guests are limited to 5 hours per week unless under direct homeowner supervision." I blinked. "I'm right here, Karen." "She's swimming alone." "She's a lifeguard," I said. "I trust her to run the entire coast of California." "Doesn't matter. This is a residential neighborhood. We can't have unsupervised teenagers using private pools." I almost laughed. "You realize how ridiculous that sounds, right?" Karen didn't blink. "I'll be reporting this to the HOA." And she did. I got a formal letter a few days later stating that Maya's extended and unsupervised pool use was under review and could be considered a liability under HOA guidelines. It wasn't a real rule, just one of those vague safety concerns Karen liked to invoke whenever she was bored and full of lemonade-fueled authority. I was furious, but instead of arguing, I got creative. The next day, I printed a laminated sign and hung it on my backyard gate. "Pool under supervision of certified lifeguard, staff on duty." Then I handed Maya a whistle, a lifeguard tank top, and a chair with a little red umbrella. "Congratulations," I told her. "You're hired." Maya laughed but played along. She sat poolside with sunglasses, a clipboard, and an exaggeratedly serious expression. Every time I got in the water, she blew the whistle and shouted, "No diving!" That weekend, we invited a few neighbors over. Maya kept up the lifeguard act, even giving the kids high fives and pretending to time their laps. Everyone thought it was hilarious. Everyone except Karen. She showed up 2 days later, squinting at the lifeguard sign like it had personally insulted her. "Is this a joke?" she snapped. "Nope," I replied cheerfully. "Per HOA guidelines, all swimming must be supervised. And look, now it is. But she's not qualified. She's certified in CPR, first aid, and deep water rescue," I said, handing her Maya's laminated credentials. "You can scan the QR code if you want to verify." Karen stood there silently stewing, then turned and stomped off. Maya kept up her new job all summer. Every so often, she'd wave at Karen through the fence, whistle dangling from her neck. It became a running joke in the neighborhood. A few other families even asked if Maya could guard their pools for parties. The HOA eventually sent a formal notice that no issues had been found with Maya's presence. No apology, of course, but the silence was a win in itself. By the end of summer, Maya had a full Lifeguard of the Year certificate framed on my patio wall and enough stories to laugh about for years. Karen, she installed blackout curtains facing my backyard. Moral of the story? If someone tries to drown you in nonsense, hand them a float and keep swimming.